Outfront tonight, Putin's alleged assassination plot. Ukraine's military intelligence chief tonight saying Russia's security service, the FSB, has been given the mission to assassinate Yevgeny Prigozhin. Well, the Wagner Group leader who led the armed insurrection against Putin, of course, that's Prigozhin, and the intelligence chief of Ukraine saying, quote, all of such potential assassination attempts will not be fast. It will take them some time to have the proper approaches and reach the stage when they're ready to add a huge operation. Well, the White House tonight is telling CNN that it's not sure what Putin is up to on this. But of course, we do know what happens to many who cross Putin. They end up poisoned, imprisoned, or dead in almost every case. Will that be Prigozhin's fate? All we can tell you right now is that he is missing. He has not been seen since Saturday when it was reported that he struck that deal with the Kremlin, or really with Lukashenko, the leader of Belarus, to call off Prigozhin's armed rebellion. Since then, here's what's happened. He taped something to the next day, we didn't see him then. 2 of his planes have been crisscrossing Russia, flying to Belarus, back to Russia. And then again today, 1 of his planes was on the move, this time flying from Moscow to St. Petersburg, both within Russia. So was Prigozhin on one of these planes? Well, we just don't know, right? Because we haven't seen him. He's not talking, and Moscow is making sure it stays that way. Tonight, access to sites belonging to Prigozhin's media empire, and this is really important, right, to try to figure out what's happening. Access to those have been blocked. Warning when you watch this that some of what you are about to see is disturbing.
The doctors and nurses here have done this time and time again, treating the wounded fresh from the front, assuring the soldiers that despite the pain, they'll be all right. Near the battles around Bakhmut, this field hospital known as a stabilization point is where the wounded, after being hastily bandaged up by combat medics, get their first proper treatment by a full medical team. These soldiers were advancing on Bakhmut when they came under intense Russian artillery fire. This stabilization point has so far on this day received more than 50 troops from the front, suffering from shrapnel, from artillery, and concussions. The Ukrainian military doesn't issue data on casualties. A recent poll conducted here found that almost 80% of Ukrainians have close relatives or friends who were injured or killed as a result of the full-scale Russian invasion. Andriy, a vascular surgeon, is surprised there aren't even more wounded. Even during this counteroffensive, he says, we have lower casualties than we expected. Once the wounds have been cleaned and bandages applied, the soldiers will be moved to better-equipped hospitals elsewhere. Valentina was studying biotechnology in Kyiv when the war began on the 24th of February last year. By February 26, I started working as a nurse, she says, and then worked in evacuations, clinics, and now at this stabilization point. Eduard is still in shock, but his injury isn't serious. I'm okay, he says, but it burns a lot. I think it was a piece of shrapnel. Something flew by me like this. I got lucky. It went right past me. Not everyone here was that lucky.